Chapter 144, Flying Sword appears 1. What's this student's name? In the principal's office, Wen Xinglan looked at Wei Dejiang after he finished watching the battle between Zhu Tu and Miao Huanshan. It was obvious that Zhu Tu's performance in this battle had attracted the attention of the principal, Wen Xinglan. His name is Zhu Tu. He entered the School of Enlightened Mind and was specially recruited by Zhao Xoxui, Wei Dejiang said. Does he meet the cultivation conditions of their Institute number 14? I think so, otherwise, he wouldn't have become so powerful in such a short time, Wei Dejiang said. His strength is indeed not bad. Most importantly, he has a strong sense of battle and is very calm in battle. At the critical moment, he broke off his control over the 3 silver pills and activated a new one to win. It's indeed not bad. He was able to accurately avoid Miao Huanshan's earth spikes and quicksand attacks twice. His mental senses shouldn't be weak, right? Principal Wen Xinglan said. I've checked his information. He has the ability to sense things with his mind the moment he enters the school. He's not weak either. He even contributed to the school. Principal Wen Xinglan nodded slowly. Based on the strength he has displayed so far, he already has the qualifications to participate in the actual combat exchange tomorrow. He's even stronger than some of the second-year students who have already been selected. At this point, the principal, Wen Xinglan, suddenly said in a stern voice, Old Wei. Although I didn't watch it live just now, why do I feel that this kid didn't use his full strength? Do you feel that way? Or rather, do you know Zhu Tu's true strength? Wei Dejiang smiled and shook his head. I really don't know about that. Come to think of it, I only met this little fellow once when I went to the Research Institute number 14 last week. However, wouldn't it be better that he did not use full strength? Which of us didn't do such a thing back then? At the mention of the past, the principal, Wen Xinglan, laughed out loud. That's true, these little fellows nowadays are all smarter than the others. Tao Guan, who was ranked 7th on the Year to Longhu list, had come on stage. Tao Guan is the nemesis of the mystery branch. Look at the outcome of this match. Principal Wen Xinglan's words made Wei Dejiang's gaze freeze. He immediately smiled bitterly. Zhu Tui is in trouble now. Even if he can obtain the qualifications for tomorrow's actual combat exchange, I'm afraid he won't be able to keep his 30 over bottles of level E energy restoration elixir. Let's take a look first. Don't rush to a conclusion. At this moment, the principal, Wen Xinglan, was more patient than Wei Dejiang. At the same time, in Research Institute number 14, the voice of the Advanced Artificial Intelligence, Huang, suddenly sounded. Zhao Xoxui, take a break. Look, Zhu Tui is causing trouble. However, I think he's going to be in trouble. As she spoke, a large projection screen appeared in front of Zhao Xoxui, who had just opened her eyes. On it was the live broadcast of the Longhu List Battle Arena. And Zhao Xu's gaze shifted, but she did not refuse. She began to watch while resting. On the stage of the Longhu List, Tao Guan had just stepped onto the stage when he said to Zhu Tui, Student Zhu, let's switch to the main stage. This stage is a little small, and I can't unleash my full potential. It's also very dangerous for the students watching the battle. Tao Guan carried a recurve bow made of special alloy on his back. He had a quiver of arrows on his waist and back. He was wearing anti-pulling tactical gloves. Zhu Tui's pupils constricted the moment he saw Tao Guan. Archers, a long-range attacker. This was definitely the nemesis of mystery branch cultivators. In the Great Genetic Age, if someone was still practicing archery, there was only one possibility: the power of his bow had already surpassed that of firearms and energy weapons. For archers, distance was very important. In that case, the subarena would not be enough. The 80-meter-long main ring was actually not enough, but it was much better than the subarena. Moreover, just as Tao Guan had said, the subarena was too small. It would be dangerous for the students who were watching the battle. It would also be very troublesome for the teachers on duty. Seeing Tao Guan go on stage, the teacher on duty immediately contacted another teacher to increase his strength. If Tao Guan went on stage, the 2 teachers on duty would not be able to completely avoid danger. Alright, let's change the arena. After Zhu Tui agreed, the two of them quickly switched to the main stage. After they stood on the stage, Zhu Tui suddenly said, "Senior Tao, I need to rest for 15 minutes. Is that alright?" "No problem. I'll wait for you." Tao Guan stroked his bow and arrow with a relaxed expression. Zhu Tui casually leaned against the resting platform and closed his eyes to rest. The previous 11 battles did not burden him much. Including the battle with Wang Kia, the impact of the mental damage on him was instantaneous. However, the battle with Miao Huanshan had consumed a lot of Zhu Tui's mind power, including his energy. After the battle had ended, he was starting to sweat. He needed to rest for a while. Of course, the most important reason was that Zhu Tui had never encountered a long-range opponent like an archer before. He needed to think about his battle plan before he started the battle. He had to think carefully about how to defend and attack in the battle later. A moment later, Zhu Tui had an idea. Other than regular battles, he did not use his flying sword in order to protect what he had. Zhu Tui had not used his flying sword in the previous battle. Firstly, there was no need for that. Secondly, the flying sword was too lethal. Zhu Tui could not control it just because he wanted to. Therefore, it had never been used. In this match, if Zhu Tui feels there's a need, he will use it. The 7th-ranked archer on the Longhu list, Tao Guan, had already made Zhu Tui feel immense pressure.